say like the UFC striking isn't on the level of like ONE. Do you agree with that?
Of course, dude. I would beat dudes' asses in a striking match. But I'm not a grappler. Of course, there's outliers like Izzy and like that. But even when I watch someone like Sean O'Malley, I'm like, bro, if we just were striking, it would be like ridiculous.
Right, Rainbow Boy. This fight was before or after the divorce?
After.
So you were calling him like your ex-wife's name, and he was like, who? What? Who?
I got divorced right after that last fight with my face. I don't know how I kicked him, and he just went down like that.
That's a divorce kick.
So you
divorce. The real reason I was crying at the end is because she took half of my.
Welcome back to the Casuals. We are an MMA and combat sports show hosted by very, very casual fans that don't know anything at all. My name is Gilbert. That is David. That is Nick. We're all wearing black because we're in a boy band. And guess who's the odd one out?
The one that actually looks like he's in a boy band.
The stylish one. The bad guy on the boy band.
Yeah. Dang, I didn't get the memo.
We have one fighter, one of the greatest Muay Thai American fighters of all time.
Muay Thai, my friends.
And also is probably going to be a GOAT on the future. Give it up for Luke Lessei.
The chef. Let's go.
He's cooking, guys. Cooking.
No, this is sick. Thank you, guys. Yeah, the compliments are awesome. It's so weird when people say the best American Muay Thai fighter. That is crazy to me.
Fine, white. Fine, white power.
The great white shark.
That shit's funny. Yeah.
Nah, man, like we've been, I got put on to you by a young kid named Nico, and I remember he sent me a clip of you. And I'm not hearing too many like kickboxers out of Iowa. You know what I mean? And then you're so...
There's only one.
I know. Iowa. I was like, who the f cares? I looked at the clip. I was like, who's this saucy ass motherfucker, dude? You have some of the most convincing feints I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I remember watching your video, and I was getting fainted through the video.
Same here, bro.
I love those comments. Yeah.
Nah, they're sick, bro.
Like, your feints look so committed. It freaks me out sometimes. Like, how did that become a part of your game? Because everybody talks about feints, but you do your feints so differently.
Yeah, I like that question. It's funny because today I was teaching a private lesson, and the emphasis was like, dude, your fake shit needs to look just like your real shit. And it's that simple. People just don't worry about it as much as I did. I become obsessed with that shit. So I guess the only reason is like my whole life, I didn't care about hitting hard. I cared about doing cool shit like that. And like, that was my style. I don't know why, but I just try to hit it as hard as I can. Some people make fun of me because I like fake too hard and I like over exaggerate. But you're saying you get faked out through the freaking videos. So that's pretty wild.
We also have autism, so.
Yeah, my autism is really hard. I'm like, oh shit! My nose started bleeding through the video.
I just think it looks cool though. I just think shit like that looks cooler as opposed to like Rod Tang just kind of going forward smashing, which is also awesome. But everybody has their own shit that they like. You know?
Rodtang is just one of those fascinating fighters. Who did he fight last? The Japanese cat. What the fuck is his name? Takaru. Right? And in that last exchange when Takaru got knocked down, Takaru hit him. But it just didn't do anything.
I remember. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, same time. Yeah.
Which is such a weird thing to see, right? When you see a fighter, it's like, oh, Takaru's doing everything right. Countered him, hit him, and it just... I don't think they expect the follow-up after you connect so hard, and he got cracked really hard. And
his head don't move.
It is what it is, dude. Not with a guy who faints, though. Like, damn, fucking... I did.
Watching you and Eddie, that fight was incredible. That was one of my favorite fights. And, you know, because watching the American dudes, we were like, we don't want you guys to fight each other.
I know.
Right.
You know, we know like, Eddie, we know you.
I'll give you the story behind Luke and Eddie. I came up as a pro on a show called Triumphant, and he was kind of leading into ONE Championship on Triumphant. He was the champion of this promotion called Triumphant.
Iowa or?
This was out here.
Okay.
It actually was Bay Area Challenge back in the day. But it was some San Diego fights, some Rosarito fights, Tulum. But he was the champ, and I had just went pro, and I was kind of chasing him. And then he got signed to ONE as soon as I was about to get that fight. And he was my first favorite fighter. And I don't have favorite any, like, you know my style. I have no favorites. Eddie's just like, you know, his vibe and my vibe, it meshes a little bit. So I would feed off of him, off of the things he would show. And then eventually I was like, I might fight him when I go pro. Weirdly enough, my first pro fight was against one of his fighters. And but anyways, he got signed to ONE, and then I'm like, shit, maybe I'll never fight him. And then I was just calling him out. I got signed to ONE. had the Joe Nattawut fight. And then they're like, who do you want to fight next? I'm like, ooh, Eddie. I'm not going to say Thailand for my second fight. So I'm like,
Give me time.
I'm like, I think everybody has wanted to see me and Eddie fight, who's like the best American on paper. But that being said, the Joe Nattawut fight was like right before Christmas. So your boy celebrated Christmas. And then they offered me the Eddie fight like 3-4 weeks notice.
Wow.
Yeah, just because I called him out, I had to say yes. Dude.
Yeah.
It was like I cut a lot of weight for this fight. That's kind of why I feel like he dropped me, but it was pretty awesome fighting him. Everyone thinks the Joe Nattawut fight was like idols become your rivals, but this one really was. And we've trained together after this too, and we're homies.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys like stylistically too. Like to me, it's like classically American Muay Thai, right? It's not sit there, stand, and bang. You guys throw a lot of feints. You guys are trying to set a lot of crazy shit up. Like when we talked about this fight before it was happening, we were all hyped. We're like, but we were also kind of sad because we didn't want to see both of you guys fight each other.
Well, that's funny because they keep asking me the prediction, and I'm like, we're either gonna look like we're dancing or it's gonna be a banger. And I was like, it was weird. I was like, I don't even care if we draw. Have a draw. I just want to have a sick ass fight. And it almost maybe could have been a draw. Some people saw Eddie as winning, but my opinion is effectiveness over points. Anyways, I don't know.
Is that the official one scoring? Because we have no idea.
Because we don't know.
We've been trying to figure
We've
it
asked
out.
everybody.
Ask Jackie,
None of them knows.
Tom, ask Eddie. No one.
Scoring changes all the time.
Depending where you're fighting, right?
No,
Yeah.
they just changed. Like it used to. The old thing was the hierarchy of strikes. Like elbows and knees score the most, punches score the least. But they're like getting rid of shit like that. I'm not sure. All I know is when I fight people, I don't try to sit there and score points.
No, you don't, bro.
But also with this fight, you were saying like American Muay Thai, and that's why I think it really is American Muay Thai, because it's not traditional like the fighters from Thailand. It's like, what is American Muay Thai? You have Eddie and Luke, two guys who have their own style. And this is like the melting pot, America. We all have to find our own little style. Instead of the Thai fighters are kind of doing similar stuff, at like the same routine, fighting like their favorite fighters. And then you have me and Eddie who are like, let's be our own favorite fighter. Let's be other people's favorite fighter. And the chef style won, though.
You talk about like your style, and it's very unique. Like, what do you attribute that to? Like, I read somewhere that you like were doing Kali,
Yeah, that shit goes
karate, and like, give me the background of how you came up with your style.
It's funny you say that. There's my dad right there, who started me when I was 4 years old in karate. Filipino Kali, I used to even compete in.
Let's go.
And then
Jackie, that's a real Filipino Muay Thai fighter. Come on, learn some Kali.
I seen her out here.
It sounds like a Filipino dish, dude. Do you want some curry?
It's so good.
no, I used to compete as like a little 6-year-old in that shit. And then karate, Jeet Kune Do, like
Oh, Bruce Lee.
Damn.
it's my dad's teacher, Guru Dan Inosanto. Bruce Lee was his teacher.
Wait,
Your
what?
dad knows Dan Inosanto?
That was my dad's instructor. My dad's like
That's deep,
that's
bro.
like
That's a
that's my
deep
dad's
cut.
lineage. You
Yo,
know?
that's crazy.
Yeah, like I think that's where the style comes from. Where
Wow.
the way of no way, water, have no style, mixed in with this Muay Thai shit, and I think that's like the perfect blend.
Your dad is just one step away from Bruce Lee, essentially.
Which is fucking crazy.
And also Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
From Iowa.
Yeah,
From Iowa.
Yeah, so you got Bruce Lee who taught Guru Dan, and then you have a guy named Ajarn Surachai Surasut who like kind of brought Muay Thai to America in 1969, and those are my dad's two teachers.
Wow.
That's crazy, man.
Because your dad was like a legit champ too, right? Like he was fighting.
Well,
all the time.
he did like back in the day, man. All those like random karate tournaments, jiu-jitsu, judo, Filipino Kali, like those tournaments. It's like random every weekend. Go here, go there. Obviously, there's no social media. Nobody's seeing it. So I don't know how many, but he only had a handful of pro fights, and then he had me. He had like a little bit of a knee injury, but then he had me in 1996, and he's like, "This is what you're gonna do now," because he was running the gym and shit. Yeah,
Oh, so you were destined to do martial arts.
that's what he said. I mean,
Damn, bro.
Also, my dad can whoop my ass. I had to do it.
no, but it's cool. I mean, I realize now that all that shit goes into my style, because I actually get hate. I used to get a lot of hate for not being fundamentally sound and traditional, even though I am. I started as a purist, but yeah, dude, I don't know. People just be thinking too much.
So that's like my question too. You know, when people start training, there are certain coaches that kind of tell you like, this is the way to do things and this is the only way to do it, right? So when you grow up in like, let's say those type of rules, how do you get to a point where you're like, you know what, I'll take this out, I'll throw this away, I want to add this, and this is my thing. How do you get to that point?
I mean, I don't know. I think it's like some people have that thing you can't teach. I always was obsessed with if I had like a silhouette, you would be able to tell who it is without being able to see who it is.
Yeah.
Simply by my body language, the body mechanics, twisting this little tiny thing. But the reason is, I've tried to figure this out because it's obviously just in here. But it's like, why do you like this type of music? Why do you like this genre of movies? Why do I want my punches to look this way? It's just like in my heart, in my brain, it's like, that's the chef style. You know what I'm saying? I never made a decision like, I don't want to fight like my dad. He always taught me all this tricky shit. I don't know, man. Like, the more I talk, the less it makes sense because there's no reason why I do it. That's why it's sick, because it literally just comes from inside of me. No Diddy.
Yeah. Hey, this podcast is all Diddy, dude.
This is all Diddy.
It's all Diddy, dude. Set him free. Set him free. He's innocent. I swear.
Sure, show him a shirt.
Oh yeah. No.
Damn, your pops. He's your longtime coach.
Yeah, he's the day one.
Cool.
Yeah.
Is that weird getting coached by your dad throughout everything? Is there like conflict with that, or
Like, can I just be my dad and love?
Of course, there's
He seems like a hard ass.
Just hug me, man.
Oh yeah, I mean my whole life, right?
Hey, Dad, do you love me?
But
I love you. Stop being gay, son. Throw the kick. Throw the fucking kick.
I don't know. Wait, what was your question?
Like, is it hard like training with your dad? Just because like parentals, like me and my dad, we butt heads a lot, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, how do you apply this in a training concept? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, what was that relationship even as a teenager?
So, Roy Jones Jr. and Floyd Mayweather had falling out with their fathers, who was their first coach. I think it's inevitable that you're gonna butt heads.
Yeah.
But it's pretty sick training with your dad. Also, sometimes it's like, he's being a coach at home, and I want him to be a dad at home or something like that. Just some dumb stuff where it's like, dude, the only thing we really do together is Muay Thai every single day. So you're bound to be stubborn, and I have different views on, anything. I'm my own person, so sometimes I want to practice this a certain way, and he's just like, this is what we're doing, and I'm a little rebellious 15, 16-year-old kid, regular shit. But I don't know. It's pretty awesome when me and him hit pads. Like, I think nobody has a chemistry like you and your father, bro. But yeah, I'm out in New Jersey now, so I haven't hit pads with him for a while. But I'm going back to Iowa, and we're gonna like break the internet again.
Yeah. Show him the sauce. So you've been training at Beacon with Shane Fazen and Coach Peach, yeah? Yeah,
I moved out there in September. So however many months that is. I moved out there after the Bambi fight, where my whole face was fucked. So, did you guys see the pictures of my face during that or after that fight?
Pull them up.
Yeah.
I wish we could
pull it up.
No, he's gonna pull it up right now. Did you have anything broken?
My whole orbital, my whole side of my face.
What was the recovery like for that?
Well, luckily your boy was able to go all natty, but they wanted to put plates in my face right there in Thailand.
Oh shit!
And I'm like, hell no. Like, he hit me with one elbow, crushed my orbital, and then my face was just huge.
What does that feel like?
It felt like a bomb went off in my head, bro.
Jeez.
I don't know.
And was that early in the fight?
First round, bro.
Holy shit.
First fucking round. Dude, I could even tell you where it is. Slim Shady motherfucking.
Blonde hair, yo.
But yeah, he hit me, and then it changed the trajectory of the whole fight because I couldn't see out of my left eye.
Did you know a lot about him?
Man.
Going into the
Nah,
fight?
dude, he was a sleeper, right?
It was super
Came out of
sleeper,
nowhere.
dude.
But see, I wouldn't fight him like this anymore. You got it. Like, this was my third fight. I knew the Eddie fight would be all dancey and weird, but the Joe fight, I kind of just went forward. This fight, I went forward a little bit too much towards the end. I kind of said fuck it towards the end, but yeah, you can't be doing that in ONE Championship no more, man. Otherwise, your orbital will get smashed.
But you did drop him in that third round, right?
Oh yeah,
that shit was great.
Like, there's always a chance for some of the chef
man.
magic, dude, at the end.
And I really feel like the small gloves allow for those opportunities, right? It's like, does it feel different than the bigger gloves? Like,
I prefer bigger gloves for sure. Just because of my style. I don't want it to take away from what's actually happening just because you could get caught, because I still am an artist. You guys see the way I do shit.
Yeah.
Like, I don't just want to go for the 50K bonus and not land cool shit. You know what I mean? I think it's right here. He's going to hit me with the right elbow. And yeah, it's probably, I don't know when exactly it is, but anyways, the whole rest of the fight I couldn't see out of my left eye, and that's why he caught me right on that same side right here. But if you notice, like when I dropped him, he was like looking around for his arm. When he dropped me, I just got back up and the ref called it. I'm like, yeah. But he's a sleeper. If you notice, because he got Joe right here, he's gonna watch his right elbow. Right here, watch his right elbow. Boom.
That's a short one too.
It was on the other side, and right after you see my hands go up really quick, because I could tell something was wrong. But look, I still poker face that shit. My dad had no idea, because I was like not listening to him. I'm like, dude, I can't even see out of my eye. I have no idea.
What the fuck?
So then by the end of the fight, you can see my eyes fucked up already.
Yeah, it's like sloped
instantly. Yeah. But they wanted to put plates in there in Thailand. I'm like, no.
Thailand?
Yeah, it ends up being a good idea because
Fish sauce.
look, the blood. My legs all bloody already. Even look at that shit, dude. But yeah.
So you just can't see shit.
Luckily, I had a third doctor who's like, dude, do not put shit in your face until you're retired. You know what I'm saying? Because you get that metal hit just right, you might never see again.
Shit.
Shit like that.
I didn't even think about that.
Damn, look at all of a sudden now, I'm just a bloody mess, dude.
You always look cool though in your I know I heard you say you hate doing wars. Yeah. That's not what you want to be about. But he looks cool, dude, in the photos.
I mean, if I would have had him, if I would have knocked him out, this fight would have been insane.
Yeah. What is the since you went to ONE, right, and now you're fighting like this different level of competition, how much different is it from the other circuits that you've been doing, or is it pretty much the same?
I've had a few like really hard fights, of course, but dude, when I get signed to ONE and they're like, first fight, Joe Nattawut.
Yeah, what was you last minute? What was that all about?
Nah,
that's just ONE.
That wasn't last minute. I don't know if I don't know, the aura maybe on Instagram, they wanted to really throw me in with the Sharks and see. But I was scared as fuck, dog. Like, that was so
That's
crazy.
That's a sink or swim moment for sure.
I had no idea I was this tough. I've never been in a street fight in my life. I've never been like in a struggle like that before. Yeah. That's why this was like a full awakening for me. I never knew if I was actually like good at fighting or just good at the martial art, the sport. I never knew if I was really tough. But obviously this fight changed it. That was my gang initiation for sure. So, and the streets know who won that shit. I was about to say, I forgot. Every fight since, he's been knocked out.
Yeah.
So you're saying what you did is that you changed the trajectory of his career.
I took a couple years off his life, I think.
Well, hey, we didn't see him in a hard fight like this, right?
I remember the moment he broke my nose in this one too. Damn. That's my homie Creighton right there. That's my best friend. He's been training with me since I was 8 years old.
Is he a male model? What
the fuck? What's his job?
Yeah, what the fuck?
That's a solid ass haircut, dude.
I have a picture of me and him when we were really little, and then he looks exactly like that. This is 28 years later.
He looks like a middle-aged man. Age of 2.
Started testosterone young.
Why were you smoking cigarettes at 2, dude?
But dude, guys, I don't want to hang on the Joe fight forever. I got way cooler shit to do. You know what I'm saying?
No, of course.
Like everybody's like, oh, I saw the Joe Nattawut fight. And I'm like, yeah, I remember it too.
I saw the Jerome body punch fight. That's what I saw.
Body kick.
Body kick.
Yeah. The spot kick.
So what? We're watching. So what we're watching for you is just like an evolution in real time, right? Like you gain a new part of your game or a sense of you every time you fight a new fight, ONE, right? So in this last fight with that body kick, you were different. What happened?
There's a lot of shit, bro. That's different. New environment, new camp, new style almost, not really, but just new tactics, just realizing that I have to legitimately make some changes. And then mental performance was involved, all these different things. Like, you saw right there, I even just put a seatbelt on, like some random shit like that. I didn't touch gloves. I always touch gloves.
Yeah.
Little psychological things that just made the difference. And I felt like my mind was bulletproof during this fight, dude.
God, you're so mean, dude. You're a bully.
And also, like, yeah, on some real shit, I got divorced. I'm out in Jersey now just focusing on fighting, and I go back and forth. Obviously, I travel, but I get to, like, be full-time professional fighter. And my dad still has, he's an architect, and he runs the gym.
Wow.
And he has, like, he has a full amateur team, and I was helping him run the gym. So now it's just a little bit more regimented. And,
Yeah. Especially if you're fighting this level, you need a camp.
This fight was before or after the divorce?
After.
Oh, shit.
I got divorced.
So you were calling him like your ex-wife's name, and he's like, who?
I got divorced right after that last fight with my face fucked.
Oh, shit.
Right after that one, that was July. Yeah. But yeah, that shit was too easy. I don't know how I kicked him and he just went down like that. Like, what the fuck?
It's a divorce kick.
So that's 100% a divorce.
That's yeah, the real reason I was crying at the end is because she took half of my fucking.
You're like, oh my God.
You're like, I really needed this bonus. I really needed this.
It became
I wanted him to be interviewed after too. He's like, he kept calling me a girl's name. I don't know why.
I don't know what that was about.
Dude.
Are there any fathers in this room?
I'm a father.
Nick, are you?
I have 2 dogs. Does that count? Okay, I'll put my hand down.
You just ruined this whole ad.
What's the most exciting thing about being a father?
The most exciting thing about being a father is that when your child is first born, you get skin-to-skin time. But after you're done with that, you chuck the child away, and now you need a T-shirt to adorn your body. And what do you do it with? You do it with a little BYLT.
Guys, Father's Day is around the corner. Dave is now a father. We're all going to be fathers. There's casual fathers out there. What's the best gift you can get last minute that's premium quality when you're kind of like, oh no, I forgot? Guess what?
Come on.
BYLT. Built
not my bag.
basics,
Come on,
baby.
Shut up. When we talk about premium shirts, and not just shirts, they also have hats, but I love their shirts. You know me, I'm a fashion basics guy, so I don't adorn myself with a lot of crazy stuff, and if it's fashion basics, it has to be high quality, and BYLT does the job.
Come on.
Also, I've never heard someone use the word adorn so many times in a sentence.
Let me adore you.
Guys, you can pick up a drop cut Lux. There's also the Everyday Pant 2.0. Nick,
You see this collar?
Wow.
This won't get messed up when you wash it. Look at this. This is a nice strong collar.
what would you wear that to?
Anything. Work. A wedding.
A funeral.
A nice fundraising
bat
event.
mitzvah.
A bat mitzvah.
That's
Hot
right.
date night at Cheesecake Factory?
Of course. I'll go black on that one. I'll go black.
Ooh.
Yeah. I don't want to get pasta on my shirt. You know what I mean?
If you have a weird shaped head, their hat's fitted. If you have a fat Korean head, their hat's fitted. If you have a lopsided Filipino head, good luck.
Why is my lopsided? Why is my lopsided?
If you wear it like Ray J, every scene it shifts positions. You could use it with the BYLT hat.
Guys, BYLT Built has everything you need from premium activewear, golf wear, office attire, or just looking elevated in everyday wear. You know what? Just be kind to your father. Get him some Built. Use our promo code CASUALS and get 20% off your first order. One more time. I'm going to say again, 20% off.
That's a lot.
And use that promo code CASUALS. Support the podcast. Support yourself because you deserve to look great in a fantastic shirt.
Built. Adorn yourself.
Let me adorn you.
How was the transition from leaving your dad's gym to training up there at Beacon with Shane? Was that like a difficult decision, or was it pretty like, Pops, I got to do this?
Yeah, it was difficult for sure. Everybody kind of hated on me for a minute.
Really?
Why?
I kind of up and left, man.
Oh,
And
wow.
like people from a small town in Iowa, of course, those are all my homies and everyone that's been with me for my whole life. But eventually, you got to graduate and make a decision for yourself. And I'm a nobody, but it's like if LeBron James is from your town, you kind of attach yourself to that, you know? And not that my town is and they think of me in any way like that, but if that's what it felt like when I left. So I'm like, I'm just trying to become a badass fighter and get better. The transition, like, it was pretty easy, though. I feel like I'm good at humbling myself in a new gym, like saying, yes, sir. I've always done classes with the amateurs, random classes. I never got, like, any special attention. Of course, it was my dad, but he also treated me like a regular, if that makes sense. So I moved to this gym. Obviously, I know Shane and Peach, so it was pretty easy. And I'm one of the homies anyway. I can kind of hang out with anybody. And I knew that the work was going to be good because I met them a little over a year ago, right where you're seeing there. We filmed a course and I did a seminar. And then I did one pad round with Peach. And I was like, should I move out here and start training with you? And we're just fucking around. And then eventually those conversations become a little more serious.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I got divorced, so should I move out there and train with you? And drove 14 hours, boom.
Damn.
Yeah.
Good move, man.
How is Shane as a coach?
Yeah, I mean,
Is he like for us? Is he an asshole?
Yeah.
Just
no,
beats
he's
you
like
up?
an encyclopedia. Like, he's not my pad holder, but he just like studies so much, I feel. He really watches shit all the time and looks for little tiny manipulations that I can find to work instead of me just being a feeler and doing whatever.
Yeah.
Because I'm not all analytical like that. I kind of just flow.
Okay.
But Shane is, like, he studies like all that type of shit, so I don't have to think about it. And then in the corner, he doesn't say anything because Coach Peach is the head coach in the corner, you know, so he's kind of just playing his role.
Yeah, we met Shane through our buddy Bart, and he's like the nicest dude we
Killer,
ever
bro.
met, dude.
Killer, though.
Yeah, he's
Coach
just
Peach right there.
super good, but he's just so humble and nice.
Yeah, you wouldn't
Yeah.
expect that he's a killer like that.
Dude, and people hate on him.
For real.
It's like, dude, just because he films what he's doing makes him not as good as someone who doesn't film what they're doing.
And now look, all
Let's
these
actually
UFC
look
fighters,
at it.
Yeah.
You know
they're
what I'm
all
saying?
doing their YouTube content now too.
And like,
Crazy.
dude, this guy's got the sickest sidekick that I've ever seen in my life. So just chill on the hate.
I mean, he's
So slick.
He's like one of those guys like early on in YouTube that got a lot of people in the martial arts, like in a unexpected type of way, right? Because people who liked kickboxing, Muay Thai were only the ones who knew about it. And other than that, it was like stuff that we saw from Jean-Claude Van Damme, kickboxing. You know what I mean? And so when Shane popped up on the YouTube scene, he kind of, I wouldn't say commercialized, but just brought it to the everyday person. That
He made
was
it for
selling
everybody.
shit. He made it for everybody.
Yeah, he made
right?
it digestible.
And it made like people like me curious to, I want to go and try a kickboxing class, right? Because before that, we didn't have somebody to do that for us because it was like either you were a fighter or you weren't, and you couldn't be a hobbyist. So he kind of opened up this hobbyist route for a lot of people.
I think that's another reason that him and I just naturally agree on a lot of things, because I'm from a small town, working man. I was like driving a FedEx truck and trying to be a pro fighter. Like I say, I'm just one of the homies. Like, I'm such a regular person, but also I'm showing you the path to do it. Just kind of like the similar thing with Shane, like for the underdogs, fight tips for the underdogs. And I'm like Muay Thai for the working man, that type of thing. So it kind of fits because I'm not from like the West Coast or East Coast where it seems like I'm in the gym all the time. I just teach private lessons all day and get to train. I was always having a regular job and still fighting. So I feel like people like that. And then also Shane is fight tips for the underdogs, just like the story you said. So that's dope. A lot of people are telling him now, like, hey, I got the courage. I've been a Magnus member for this long. I finally got the courage to sign up at a gym. Like, that's dope.
That's a big
That's
one.
cool.
Like, on some real shit, people don't realize how you can really impact somebody who has no confidence to do some shit. That's what I like about doing all these seminars and stuff, because I was like a skinny lad when I was younger, never been in a fight before. So I think that's why me and Shane fuck with each other, yeah.
Damn. How was training with Mayhem Miller? Which Shane told me, was like, oh yeah, we're getting Mayhem to come over. I'm like,
Nah,
oh.
he's awesome, dude. Like, he was teaching, and once he got cooking, he was actually a really good instructor. He found his groove, and he's got his own personality, man. He came in.
He's the best.
We knew he was gonna do what he do. We knew he was gonna come in and do what he does, which is a little bit of mayhem, a little bit of jokes, but what we didn't realize is like his shit was actually legit, what he was showing. He got into some MMA, some grappling stuff, and it was like, damn, you're really running this class. Because what I like when people are teaching shit, I don't really care what you're teaching, just make this shit entertainable, have some charisma. And obviously he has a lot of fucking charisma.
He's one of the funniest dudes I've ever met in my life, man. I seen this guy just roast a poor little kid for like an hour straight just because he was wearing a button up and slacks. Like, you just get fired at the Olive Garden? Like, I was like, damn.
Dog, the coolest thing about it was he was working with one of the super beginners at a seminar. The whole time.
That's so dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a really cool dude, man. Yo, shout outs to fucking Mayhem, dude. Like,
Shout out to Mayhem.
being around that guy, I'm like, because I was such a big fan of Bully Beatdown, right? You don't know what's scripted and what's not. That motherfucker, all unscripted. He's just really witty. He's fucking fast. Like, when I saw him just roast his poor child, like, I'm like, dude, how did you think of all these jokes? They're so fucking good. I'm glad I wasn't at the end of it, though.
I used to watch Bully Beatdown too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was pretty cool. A lot of people in there were like, wait, Bully Beatdown?
You ever think about transitioning into MMA?
Yeah, once I get like the Muay Thai, maybe kickboxing belt, then go to MMA.
That'd be sick.
I just fucking love striking so much.
Yeah. Then you got to grapple.
I used to compete growing up. Like, I trained with my dad growing up. I used to compete in judo and shit back in the day, too.
Shit.
But, yeah, I trained grappling, jiu-jitsu, judo. I just love striking. Like I said, I got a lot to do in striking, I think, right now. I feel like I might be one of them ones that can evolve and change the game a little bit.
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely.
So, have you taken a kickboxing fight yet with one, or only Muay Thai?
Only Muay Thai, but I've done K1 fights before as an amateur. Yep.
How bad do you want to run back some of the fights that you lost and won?
I don't even know. It's like, how bad do I want to run back the losses? I think about my losses, and they're still kind of dope. Like, my losses are never like, damn, he got his ass kicked. I mean, some people think that against Bambi I did, but I feel like I can still lose in cool fashion. And there's a certain thing where when I lost the Joe fight, it almost raised my stock. Would you agree?
Yeah, 100%.
So, come on.
Yeah.
And
same with the Bambi fight too, though, right? Like, because I think watching those first 2 rounds, a lot of people would be like, "Oh man, it's looking bad," and then you come back in that 3rd round, and
is he gonna? Oh,
yeah, like that was such a crazy moment, and then you go, "Man, this guy's a motherfucker. He will never go away." Yeah, and that's what we want to see out of fighters, especially.
Right, like at least I'm a fan favorite right now because of the fact that even till the last 30 seconds of the fight,
still dangerous.
It's like
still there.
It might happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who are you fighting? Adam 22? What the fuck?
This was like my last amateur fight. One of my last amateur fights. This is like classic Iowa shit. Watch this little fake that I do right over here. This is some of the dopest shit. Look, ding, bong.
That's the chef.
That's what I'm saying.
That's another thing. The shit that I be teaching has real evidence.
Yeah.
How gentle of you just place your foot on his stomach.
Right? I felt bad for him right here.
I'm like, aren't you in a fight, dude? Kick his ass out the fucking ring, dude.
So, like, if you look at, watch how I stand right here. I wish I could fight like this in one, where I kind of just stalk, watch. Like, I'm trusting the big glove. This is a different stance, a different style.
Yeah.
You know? And I think that looks cool, my stance. I'm just going to bang him one time with my right hand. Here it comes. But I like that stalking motion.
Over the top.
So we'll see a different chef when you go to kickboxing then.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? Yeah.
Like, I know how to use that big glove to my advantage, you know. Not that it's like I'm just catching everything with the big glove. It's just a different, like, stance, a different spacing. Your defense has to be a little different. And I don't know why we started talking about that, but yeah, that was a sick knockout. I love that one.
Yeah. How many amateur fights do you have? There's like so many videos of you.
54, 55.
Jeez.
That's not even a lot considering how long I've been fighting, dog.
Yeah,
Since I was 8.
Yeah, that's
I
crazy.
mean, you got a TIE fighter is like 8,452 and 25.
Dog,
Like,
Amateur.
Amateur.
Fucking Joe Nattawut had 80 fights, and I was on my 8th pro fight.
That's crazy.
That's fucking crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we were talking about losses. That's what we're talking about. The cool thing about Muay Thai is losses, as long as you're not getting knocked out and you're like just losing fights that are good, it doesn't like ruin your stock like boxing. You don't have to have an undefeated record just to make it.
Yeah.
Fighting is just about how you make people feel, and Muay Thai is definitely more about a good fight. Not like
I think
building
that's like
someone's record.
That's the biggest contention that a lot of people have with boxing now, because like the fight game has expanded outside of just like prize fighting and boxing. They're getting to see fighters who get to go out there and do what they do, and even if they lose, like your stock raises up. But in boxing, you get that one loss and then like washed, moving on. Or like in the last event that we talked about, where we had all these stars and then the majority of those fights were fucking garbage. You know,
nothing happened.
It's like nothing happened. They just ran around the ring, and we're like, why did you guys just get paid $1 gajillion? And what the fuck did we just pay for? You know? So I think that's why people started gravitating towards like UFC and also ONE, right? Because it's like, we're just there as fight fans just to see people fight, right? And you have to engage, you have to do these things. And even if you lose, we go, what's the next fight that they're going to have? And we're always so curious.
Yeah.
Prior to ONE, have you ever fought in Thailand?
Yeah, I did a couple tournaments in Thailand, like old Team USA, IFMA tournaments, back when they were like really pushing for Muay Thai to get into the Olympics. So like 2018, 2019,
Okay.
I go out to Thailand. First time fighting in Thailand, world tournament, first draw. Who am I facing? What country? Thailand. I wanted to face like I don't want to put hate on any country, but I wanted to face a country that's not a powerhouse of Muay Thai.
You want to work your way up?
Name some countries now. Don't say Korea.
It's like, but it's like coming to play basketball and you get America first. You're like, dang it, dude.
Playing for the gold medal round.
Yeah. But yeah, that was my first time at Lumpini Stadium.
Sri Lankan.
That's crazy.
Stadium, baby.
What was that like? What was the vibes like in there?
It's the Madison Square Garden of Muay Thai, so it was pretty dope. Coming out to like the Lumpini Stadium, it's all black and everything's so white and bright. That's like one of the most interesting things I remember. I'm like, this is kind of wild. It's really bright out here. And then the whole time I was walking out, this is where my mind's going. The whole time I was walking out, they were playing Joe Nattawut's promo.
Oh my God.
Him like snowboarding and shit. I'm like, snowboarding? Yeah. You know how they do like a back home, what do you do on the regular? Yeah, type of deal.
But a Thai guy snowboarding?
I know.
What the fuck is that?
He's from here though.
Is he?
Yeah, like he stays in America, in Atlanta, in Washington, over in Tacoma.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
He's from Tacoma?
Yeah. He's not from there, but that's like where
where
when
he
he fought
stays
me, he did his training camp at with Micah B at a place called Warrior Strength in Tacoma.
No way.
That's crazy.
Have you heard of Coach Micah B?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, there's a few clips of him on like Instagram. They float around. It's the coaching stuff. Yeah.
That's who helped Joe Nattawut to fight me, and I'm homies with Micah B.
Oh, dude, so you got to go stab him now.
Yeah. You got to talk to
Mike, dude. What's wrong with you, dude?
How could you?
Dude, I've seen like the whole experience of just, you know, because like everything was like UFC for so long, and like once like ONE kind of came on the scene, you know, I think one of the biggest things that UFC gets shits about is their striking. They say like the UFC striking isn't on the level of like ONE. Do you agree with that?
Of course, dude. Every time, and this is even years ago, every time I would be watching, I would know I would beat dudes' asses in a striking match. But I'm not a grappler.
Yeah.
It's just the level. Simply put, if you're striking against that person, I would beat them. As a striker, I'm sure a lot of people think that when they're watching UFC fights. Of course, there's outliers like Izzy and shit like that.
Yeah.
But even when I watch someone like Sean O'Malley, I'm like, bro, I would still, because everyone makes that comparison. I want to see Luke fight Sean O'Malley. If we just were striking, it would be like ridiculous.
That's right, Rainbow Boy. Please come on this podcast. I'm so sorry.
We love you.
One day I'm gonna die.
Yeah,
so
but no, of course.
Rainbow Boy.
Of course the level's different. That's why people say like this dude striking would work in MMA. But who knows, man? Who knows?
How old are you right now?
29.
You got time.
You think so? You think a lot of people want to see me do MMA?
100%.
I think that's always the question, though, you know?
Yeah, why does it always end up being that?
MMA.
I just feel like traditional Muay Thai guys, like, I feel like, especially in the clinch and their awareness in the clinch, I feel like it would translate really well to grappling.
Yeah.
Like, I just feel like that understanding and, like, that middle ground, I feel like guys could do really well. Once you get a guy that can bridge that gap, I feel like that's the next evolution of MMA.
Yeah, I mean,
I feel like some Muay Thai guys, they're going to be the ones.
With grappling experience, too?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I was about, because I came up the way I came up, I was going to make the transition because I got to the point where I'm like, dude, I've never made $1 off Muay Thai. I have to.
Especially in America, that's tough.
I guess I'm one of those ones that's going to start to make the transition. And I was talking to my dad. I'm like, dude, I'm actually in the perfect place. You should be teaching me all this shit. But he's obsessed with Muay Thai as well. So I went out to train with like Corey Sandhagen.
Dope.
And at high altitude.
Oh, wow.
Because he started as a striker too.
Yeah.
And kind of knew who I was. So we were talking on Instagram. Went out there, trained. It was like Gaethje and Kamaru were there with Trevor, so it was pretty cool.
Did you get to do some rounds with those guys?
Was there. No, Trevor's like really hard on who does rounds with Kamaru and Justin. But like Drew Dober's from the Midwest, so I've known him since we were kids.
Oh, really?
He came up doing that tournament that you just watched me knock that dude out. He came up doing that. But anyways,
He got ahead.
everybody just instantly double-legged me during sparring.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely, bro. I take the
I'm
chance.
like, I get that, but I could maybe show you something if we...
Nope, double.
Like, we touch gloves. They kind of realize I'm like...
It's the feints, bro.
Yeah, so...
You do one feint, they're going to shoot for double.
So that whole time, like, the coach was going around saying, hey, he's a Muay Thai fighter, he's a Muay Thai fighter, he's a Muay Thai fighter. I'm like, stop saying that.
Yeah.
'Cause now all your guys want to wrestle fuck me.
Yeah,
And that's what happened. And then I left Denver, got signed to ONE, and I'm like...
Later.
Yeah. So how long have you known Drew Dober for?
Oh, just like, I don't even know those years that we were doing those tournaments. I don't know when he left, but that was back when he was at a gym called Mama's Boys. From Omaha, Nebraska. Yeah. And I don't know, we were probably fucking just teens, I guess. Early teens.
Was his head the same size back then as it is now?
Bigger, probably.
I think he looked just like he does now, but as a kid.
Like, little Jack kid.
Just Jack. Google Gaga.
Google Gaga.
You want Milky.
This was the fight where I was the co-main event right here.
You fought Federico LOL? That's crazy.
Circling back, dude.
Yeah, dude,
Eddie fought right after this. This was Eddie's last fight before going to ONE Championship. I won this fight, and they're like, "Who do you want to fight next?" And I was like, "Eddie," and he was the main event. This was
so funny.
I was the co, he was the main, and we both won.
So how much do you make at an event like this?
My first pro fights were 500, up to 1,000, up to 1,500.
Damn.
Plus ticket sales, right?
No.
Liquor?
Sounds like a good deal, dude.
Sounds like a good deal,
But
man.
like that's the reason why I'm out here just making the chef brand more than fighting.
100%.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I got to do all these seminars and have that other avenue. And sometimes I'm like, do I like doing seminars and teaching and running classes more than fighting? Because it's better money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
It's more consistent for
More
sure.
It's
consistent.
crazy. It's
Yeah,
better
bro.
money.
Well,
But
that's what.
unless you get a fucking knockout and get 50K.
Yeah.
But yeah, someone like Rod Tang compared to someone like me, obviously, but the income is completely different. So that's why I'm doing freaking 2 seminars in 3 days
Jeez.
every weekend.
Building that brand, though. That
Yeah.
chef brand, you know?
Have you ever had beef with anybody? You seem so like relaxed and chill.
Ever, bro.
so chill,
yeah,
bro.
never beef. Let me think. Nah, dude. I like
My ex-wife.
Yeah, put her in the fucking
for sure. For sure. Nah, I don't have beef. Let me think. No. Not at all. I don't know why people would have beef when you're about to fight. I never had beef with people growing up and shit. Like I said, I never got in fights. I was like the dude with the headphones on from Iowa doing Muay Thai.
Muay Thai.
So like people
do
from
that Muay
Iowa
Thai?
are wrestlers, dude.
Yeah,
wrestlers and
yeah.
football players. I was kind of a like black sheep, but yeah, I never get in confrontations. I don't want to get stabbed and shit. Kind of like to just be chill.
Yeah.
Good move.
Like I'm just chill guy, you know.
Do you have to like before you get into a ring? This is just my curiosity. Do you have to like dislike the person, like get into a mind state? Because we don't really fight. Well, besides this guy did.
Nah.
Yeah.
You're just like, all right, we're gonna have some fun.
The first time I ever wondered that was when I fought Eddie. And then he come out and hit me hard as fuck. And I'm like, all right, yeah, love you too, but we're gonna get down. You know? So, yeah. But that it's like once you get to a certain level, like we just know what it is. And that's the great thing about Muay Thai too, is we don't grow up hating because of the art that we're in. You know? So the beef is not there, but there's definitely been dudes that have called me out on Instagram.
Like, who calls you out?
Who calls you out?
Dude, I could say their name and it would do more for them because they're nobodies, you know.
Yeah.
Not that
Yeah,
they're
Tawan Chai.
not that they're nobodies, but like they're just calling me out in comments and shit. But back before, like right before I was Luke's good, people were kind of wondering if I was like beating up amateurs or beating up high level professionals.
Because you're making it look so easy. Huh?
Sandbagging. Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm like, isn't that the point?
Yeah.
Why would I want to barely win? I'm supposed to make him look like he really sucks.
Smoke this guy.
Yeah, dude.
But also,
mismatch. And I'm like, no, I'm supposed to make it look like a mismatch.
Yeah, but are you the matchmaker? Did you ask for that person to come and fight you?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
They're a professional fighter. You're a professional fighter. Let's see who's better. And it just turned out to be you.
It's ridiculous. This dude just fights pussies or whatever. And I'm like, I just fight whoever signs up. If your name was on that list, I would fight you as well. And also, it's like, I'm not a promoter. Like you can come spar.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not a promoter. I can't make us have a fight. You know?
Yeah.
Like
get some rounds
if you were
in,
this
bro.
serious about it, go figure something out, dude. You know, and then I will fight you. But people just like to talk shit. People are haters because I'm an influencer or whatever, and I kind of got my call from Chatri because he knew who I was off the gram. There's a lot of these fighters that are just as good as me, but nobody knows who you are because you don't feel like posting your video with the dope audio on it. I don't know. That's just how my brain thinks. I'm also like a creative.
Yeah.
It's that simple, guys.
It really is, dude.
Audio.
Songs.
How many
smash and pass?
So many people have a certain amount of fights and like they're just not online.
Yeah.
And then they're like, well, I really want to get to this, to that. I'm like, well, how are they gonna know who you are?
And guess what? Guys like us, we're sending it to each other like, bro, you see this?
Yeah.
You see this pad flow? Let's try to steal this.
Oh,
You know,
sick.
like that's how it goes.
That's how we heard about you was through Instagram.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Instagram, yeah.
It was
You're the one that told me. You're like, bro, you
Yeah,
gotta
I was
check
like,
out
What do you
the
think?
shit.
Is that good to find me through that, or should you find me through Muay Thai and fighting right away? Are you gated on
dude.
your
So-
opinion of me as a fighter or a influencer?
So here's the thing, right? So aside from the MMA stuff, right, I've been doing social media for a very long time.
Right.
Now, this platform was fought against by everybody who was a quote-unquote professional in every single one of their fields. Every single one of those people that talk shit about social media, guess what they're doing now?
Doing social media.
Doing social media. So this happens before the onset of everything that's popular. People thought the internet was the dumbest fucking thing on earth. They're like, what do you mean? People thought Amazon was dumb. Why would people fucking go shop online when I could just go to the fucking store? Now Amazon is nobody doesn't use Amazon. You know what I'm saying? So what happens with people is that they have an inability to foresee the future and they don't want to do things that's outside of their comfort zone, right? So when you do something that's successful, they feel like you're taking from them.
Yeah.
They go, oh wait, I do this, but how come he gets it? It's like, well, because I put in the work outside of just one thing, right? So it doesn't matter. So do I think it's better if you get found this way or that? It doesn't fucking matter. It's all the same because cream rises to the top. If you get famous for being a dope fighter and then you get put onto a stage like ONE and you suck, we all see it, you disappear tomorrow.
It's like, what's the rule? Are you funny? You know, for the comedians.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, if you're good at fighting, who cares how you got
Exactly.
noticed?
It doesn't matter.
Can you fight?
But it's also other fighters talking the shit. You're not like, I feel like other like normies like us, we're not saying like, oh, he's only a social media guy. And he's not the fight. No, it's only other fighters.
Other fighters, so it's
they're not
jealousy
going to
for
pay
sure.
to watch your fights.
Here's a great example, right? Let's talk about Sean O'Malley. Sean O'Malley has the rainbow hair. He did all the jokes. Would it have ever mattered if he wasn't knocking people out?
Exactly.
It doesn't matter. So guess what?
He'd be a clown if
He'd just be a clown.
Exactly.
He would be Rainbow Boy. And that's it. And everybody would walk the fuck off. But because his skill level matched the goofiness, nobody gives a shit. If you are winning and you're killing it, nobody cares about anything else. Sean Strickland, people started not liking him after he started losing, right? But before that, when he was winning, Sean Strickland is a genius.
But then it's also like, speaking of Sean Strickland and what you were saying earlier, it's like how you lose.
Yeah.
How he lost in his past couple fights. There's
Exactly.
a ton of criticism on him. But then when you watch you, when you're fighting with your heart on your sleeve, like everyone's like, bro, this guy's sick. You know?
And he
I want to see this guy fight
he
more.
puts cool music on his pad.
And his feints are legit.
Cool music on the video.
And also, too, like, fight fans be included, we're all fickle. You know what I mean?
And we're
like,
dumbasses, dude.
We don't know shit.
We don't know shit about
seriously.
nothing.
Like when we talk about like fight and people and fighters, sometimes I think fighters take it very personally. They go, I'm a human being. It's like, well, think about it like basketball, right? When we root for our team, we're just rooting for our team. We're not thinking about anything else outside of that. They go, I have a family. I don't give a shit. I'm just talking about the fight. You know what I mean? I don't have to be your best friend and know this type of stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, as fans, we just want to see fights. And that's all. We're just making commentary about the fights. That's all that it is, right? Everything else, you win a fight in high fashion, everybody forgets all the shit that they were talking anyway. Right? So it's just like showing out. That's it.
But people did realize, too, eventually after that Joe fight.
Oh, yeah.
Those haters.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But that's what I'm saying. It kind of goes to my point, right? It's like, it didn't matter all the other shit that people were saying. When you fought Joe, and even though you lost that one, arguably, you gained fans.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they could say what they want, but even if people don't like you, are they still watching? They're watching.
They're watching you.
This is true. This is true.
You know what I'm saying?
This is true.
I'm watching you fight at a Rainforest Cafe right now.
Bro, this,
fuck
this
is that?
is
What are those
Tulum
fake-ass
in the fucking jungle. Bro, this shit is hilarious.
You made $0.
Listen to this.
Based on the set design.
Listen to this story. This was my last fight before ONE Championship right there. That dude has a bunch of branding scars on his chest. He's like got a demon tattoo on his back.
Oh, damn. Yikes.
And we're in Tulum. And this fight was supposed to be at a different location.
Obviously.
Some shit happened with the cartel
What?
at location.
Oh, shit.
They have to put this ring This ring right here, you know how you'll pull up to a hotel in that like under part where you park and then go check in?
Yeah.
That's where the ring is right now, in the lobby of the hotel.
Fuck? People are checking in.
Like people will drive through this pathway to check into the hotel, but
This is the valet?
Yeah. That's where we're fighting right now.
Luke, get the fuck out of here, dude.
They changed the venue the next day, so those plants are like hotel plants.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, dude. Everyone's like, remember that time you fought in the jungle?
That's hella funny, dude.
But yeah, dude, it's
You
hilarious.
fought at a Econolodge?
So funny.
This is Tulum?
Yeah.
Hey,
Yep.
dude, let me tell you something. I was supposed to go to a wedding in Tulum, right? And literally 4 days before we're about to go, there was like this thing that said, do not go to Tulum. Like 2 American tourists got kidnapped and murdered. Like
God.
it's that cartel shit is real out there. So they were having a cartel war, and resorts are supposed to be no war, no fight zones.
Yeah.
Some cartel didn't give a fuck, and they kidnapped 2 fucking people from there. So it's crazy out there.
Yeah,
Tulum?
2 fighters.
Yeah, bro.
2 fighters on that card decided to take mopeds from the airport to the venue, and obviously they got held up. Nothing happened, but
Oh my God,
yeah,
that's what I'm
dog.
saying.
Yeah,
Tulum is nuts. I heard the resort's beautiful.
Yeah. All inclusive.
but that shit was funny, dude.
Damn. Any other crazy fights in this? Dude, it seems like it's the Wild Wild West.
Especially in Muay Thai,
Muay
bro.
Thai.
Muay Thai is
Yeah,
different.
I don't know why. I was a Midwest American champion, and I had like a bunch of fights in Mexico from when I was right before when I was pro. Look at this fucking snake kick right here, dude. This little squiggle.
Oi. Oi. Oi.
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't like that.
So you see these Japanese dudes hitting with their toes and doing these weird angles. Like your boy was doing all of it first.
Oh
Damn.
my God.
Japan was
I love that kick, man.
I remember when the first time I saw it in MMA was Anderson Silva did it to Daniel Cormier.
Oh, yeah.
Where did he
kick in
do
the
it
stomach?
to? On the
On like he hit him with his toe. It was like a weird. It was a
ninja
weird
kick?
Frank little ninja kick this way, and I was like, oh shit, he hit him with like the toe area right here, and he just pinpoint shot. And then Daniel Cormier kind of crumbled for a second, and I didn't know what happened until the replay. I was like,
that
oh.
comes from French savate. People don't realize, and you hit
savate.
with your shoe, where you're using your hands like punching. You got to think sometimes. You see my teeps. What's the difference? How do my kicks look like that? Because I think of my leg like a fucking hand. So I kind of went like that on his liver. And that was the same teep that I got dude with the last fight.
Yeah.
A teep, but on this side. But yeah, who else does shit like that? Cyril Gahn does a kick like that.
Yeah.
When I do Shammy Stilt, remember that dude?
Yeah.
That tall, German dude. He was dropping guys with
That was on the beach in Rosarito right here. I realized that I realized Mexican toughness was a real thing.
For real.
This guy did not get. Look at that. He did not get knocked out, bro.
Yo, what's wrong?
Look at him. He wouldn't get knocked out,
The back of his head touched his back.
dude. And
Out with my hand.
yo, yeah, I was like, wow,
Dude, that was fucking crazy.
That was a 5-round fight. I could not knock him out.
What's going on through your head when you're fighting someone that just won't go down?
Why won't you go down?
Go down already, please.
Oh,
Yeah,
look at that
Hard
one.
shot.
How
that
is
one's
that?
crazy.
Yeah.
That one's crazy.
He just like spoke perfect English after. He's like, bro, what's up?
yeah, but
Tubular, dude.
What a really good punch, bro.
that was
God, that's crazy, dude.
Shout out to Oscar. That dude's cool.
I'm trying to beat the
dude.
shit out of him.
It's like in slow-mo too. He's up against the ropes. That's the worst way to get hit.
It's so crazy looking at these like old ass videos and then like the type of shit I show now, seminar clips and all that. It's just funny.
We talk about this all the time. We wish that Muay Thai and kickboxing would be bigger in the United States. What do you think, or why do you think it's not? Because it's so exciting.
Because someone like me, it is about to be. Someone like me hasn't come along, and that's not even me. It doesn't even have to be Luke. Anyone that's like homegrown, American, like working man, not like West Coast, East Coast, culty Muay Thai shit, cool kids club shit. Just completely regular, showing you the path. And like they asked me, ONE Championship asked me in an interview, they're like, "What do you think Muay Thai needs?" And that's what I said. They need some random dude who's from middle America, who's just really trying to chase his dreams, like a freaking Derrick Rose from Chicago type story, but for Muay Thai.
Yeah.
The answer to your question is there just hasn't been that guy yet, you know? So, yeah.
Right there, dude.
That's what we say. Dana White needs
top.
to stop power slap and just put all the money in Muay Thai, bro.
That is how it could be. Like there could be one guy to just bring it into
all the money,
the casuals.
100%.
Like, yeah,
they gotta just like also some of these fighters, man. It's like, can you all just like stop posting black and white photos and putting like a 1 Corinthians on the quote?
all that type of stuff. Like everything I post is only because I think it looks cool. You know what I'm saying? These people, all that shit is annoying.
It's like, can I see some fight clips, some training stuff, or something?
Right.
It's always like
dude. My bad.
Oh, no, go ahead.
No, you're good. But
the top bun.
the man bun years were wild.
I've seen you knock out some dudes with the top bun.
Damn.
That must have made them so mad. How does top bun beat my ass, dude?
That's my first viral knockout.
Oh,
yeah.
I've seen that one.
He was asleep for too long. I felt sad.
I felt sad.
Yeah, that must be a bummer.
You don't seem sad.
Ooh.
Oh,
when you're standing to get
I thought I killed this guy. Watch how he falls.
Oh.
Yeah, man. But he fought again after that, so we're good.
I didn't murder someone, so we good. We Gucci.
Luke is checking up if the guys he knocked out fought
But see,
again.
it's not like, dude, to go back to what you said, it's not like I just all of a sudden got here. Like, look at all this shit.
Yeah.
Everybody can do the same shit. And there's going to be someone else that, yeah, that was a good fake right there.
Yeah.
There's going to be someone else after me, too, that's just an American that's also swaggy.
How are the kids looking right now? All the kids at the gym. Like, do you see a next crop of like, this will be the thing?
Oh, dude, yeah. I start to notice like certain things that I do. Like I know that you've probably watched me, and that's why you're doing that. So I think my style goes into like the kids doing it. I'll come do a seminar, a couple private lessons, and I just see that they're already doing the thing that I'm gonna show them. And they're fucking good at it. Like this dude I taught at Sexons the other day, it was the coach's son. He's just like hitting these freaking swaggy switches and fakes and all that. And I think it's dope. I don't know. People are getting pretty good, man. There's a lot of social media out there. So I think it's only going to be having people get better faster and faster and at an earlier start. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I think it's going to be a while until someone's doing some like pioneer groundbreaking shit like me.
Come on, David, it can be you.
Are you out of your
Make your comeback.
Come on, come back, David.
I have no meniscus, no ACL.
Excuses on
Dude, this guy's snake kick is just all over.
Yeah, the snake kick.
He held his.
Well, let me see if I can actually kick above my head for once, above my chin, dude. Jesus Christ, man. I get faked through videos. Like, what the hell are you talking
You gotta
about?
get a pass session with Luke, and he'll get you right, bro.
Nah, dude. Let me tell you something, dude. The moment I sweat, I'm out.
Done for the day.
This podcast is called The Casuals. I got to stay there, all right? I can't move past it.
So is there anybody that you want to fight next that you're like, yo, I gotta get this guy?
Let's cut some clips, man. Let's cut some promos.
Not even. Honestly, like, dude, I could just sit here and call everybody out, but I feel like there's people that the fans want to see me fight for sure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know who one wants me to fight. I feel like anytime I fight somebody, even if they're not on my level, I'm still going to make shit dope. Like, I want to fight Joe again, of course. They just signed this fight for Eunice versus Shadow, who are also in my bracket. A dude from Venom, and then Shadow's obviously one of the Thai guys that's in the bracket, because all 4 Thai guys, or 5 Thai guys above me are Thai guys. All 5 guys above me are Thai guys. What is it? Go to... there we go. Super Bumpara. I would like to get the Bambi fight back for sure, because I have a different style. So
they're gonna do a white on white crime. They're gonna give you Nico. Yeah. US
bro, you and Nico would be sick. Yeah, I think that'd be a great fight.
I think that fight favors you, though.
He's pretty short.
Yeah.
I fought growing up. I was a skinny dude, and I fought a lot of dudes that went through puberty way earlier than me. So I'm used to being scared of a strong-looking guy. But I don't know, man. They might do... Because I moved to number 6 because these fuckers moved into my bracket. I was number 5.
Oh, shit.
They might do Nico, because Nico's such a big name from the last weight class. They might do Bambi versus Nico. But it would be so dumb if they keep doing Tawanchai versus Superbon.
No, mix it up.
Like, quit doing that, because they also are going back and forth from kickboxing to Muay Thai.
Yeah.
And Tawanchai,
who's better? Like, you know?
yeah.
I'm actually over it. I'm like, we're good now.
Seeing Tawanchai get knocked out in kickboxing, you're like, damn, bro, that was a bad one.
Yeah.
And then do you think he'll fight Bambi next? Because he got a big win on.
I think they might give.
They might do Bambi.
But why don't they just give you and Tawanchai in kickboxing, dude, instead of Muay Thai? Why the fuck
I'm
not,
saying, dude?
I'm down for whatever, dog. Like that Shadow guy is fighting the guy that's at like number 7 or 8, I think.
So Shadow's having his first fight in one, or
no? He was on the Friday night fights, and then he just got signed up to the bigger promotion.
Oh yeah.
Oh Jimmy, yeah. But yeah, man, we'll see who they give me.
Damn man.
Did you watch the Tawan Chai fight, like against the Japanese dude, the kickboxing fight?
Yeah.
What was your analysis of it? What went wrong for Tawan Chai?
Honestly, I think he just got caught with a sick body shot. If he was coming around the ropes, and that dude just hits fucking hard.
Yeah.
Tawan Chai needs a little more space, a little more time in between to do like this shit. Fix your shorts, touch your nose. If you don't give him time to do that,
That's his superpower. That was their plan.
Yeah, man.
He's going to touch his nose. Make sure he doesn't touch his nose.
He was crowding him after that first round.
Yo,
he took all those kicks and was like, all right, fuck it, I'm going to get right on his bumper. And he was all over him.
Take a shot every time Tawan Chai touches his nose.
Okay. Oh, there's a...
But no, I think he just got caught with a sick body hook, and then the dude got him. But that dude is in his face the whole time. There's
not boxing.
See, Muay Thai fighters naturally fight on the back foot. Not moving backwards, I'm saying, but on the back foot so he can lift that teep up.
Oh.
The other guy's on his front foot, ready to go forward, obviously crunching in a little more. So, I don't know. Tawan Chai's good. Maybe it was just a bad night. He kicks hard as fuck. Look at that shit.
For reals.
Fix the shorts, touch the nose. There it was.
Dude, that's a
good reset.
Everyone kind of thought that they were just giving Tawan Chai this fight for a win. They're like, oh,
nah, dude, that guy is
he's legit.
Bro, that guy is a Japanese killer, bro.
Yeah. Oof. Uh-oh.
That body right there, he's poker facing it. But that dude
that short
hard,
little left hook, man.
It's hard. Like,
you can take him.
Oh man,
you got it, babe.
That's like work.
Yeah, dude. People don't realize I'm way taller than these fools.
Yeah.
Like naturally, I should be probably at 165, but that weight class doesn't exist.
Yeah.
I have to go down to 55 because some of these dudes at 70 are probably cutting from a little bit bigger than me.
So because like in the kickboxing, there isn't a clinch, right? What is the game plan? Obviously, instead of just moving like side to side and getting out the way, like what is the other defense that makes up for not having a clinch? If when somebody they pressure so hard forward, like what are you supposed to do?
So something like this, what I would do. Ooh, I don't want to spoil what I would do, but what I'm good at is boxing as well. A lot of Thai fighters, they have Muay Thai punches. They're used to kicking shit as hard as they can their whole life. I didn't grow up as a Thai kid kicking shit to pay my parents' rent. I was doing a whole bunch of other shit.
We're doing child labor? Okay.
And like my dad was a huge guy on like textbook boxing, shoulder rolls, all that shit. Like we're from America, man. We got to be able to put hands on people.
Yeah.
So I kind of mixed that style of the Muay Thai, the kicks. But if you ever get in close, as a tall guy, people do not expect me to be comfortable shoulder rolling, hitting these little uppercuts and the elbows as well. But when you can't do the elbows in kickboxing, but I would still be comfortable being inside. I'm not one of those tall fighters that just teeps and moves, kicks and moves. So I like throwing hands, and I would box too, bro. So when someone like what's his name, Masaki, Nori,
Nori Masaki,
yeah. So he would come in like that, and I would just hit him with that footwork, hit him with some chef boxing, some saucy stuff, because I'm like a white boy with seasoning. I can move. I can get out the way, man.
Rhythm,
you know,
yeah.
Rhythm.
So
that's important, though.
Yeah.
Super important.
The main thing is I'm comfortable in any range. The thing when you're tall, you should be able to go seamlessly from each range, not just only fight out here. Because then when someone gets in here, you're fucked. Yeah.
Is the defense different for somebody who's a lot lankier when it gets that close? Like, what is the change?
Is the defense different for me as a tall person?
Yeah, versus somebody who wasn't as tall as you.
I would say it's not even that different. You're still doing the same checks and blocks as a shorter person. But, yeah, you're able to get out of the way to use evasion more. So I would say a shorter person wants to check and stay right there. A taller person like Muhammad Ali, Sean O'Malley wants to stay out. One thing I say is 3 points or dunks only. So I don't want to be in that mid-range spot where we can both land. So my main defense is I'm either inside too close or I'm all the way out 3-pointers as a tall fighter. So does it change? Once you're inside, a block is a block. A shoulder roll is a shoulder roll. A parry is a parry. Just because I'm 7 inches taller than this guy doesn't make the defense different. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But I have other other opportunities because I can move my body out of the way without even moving my body. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Without moving my legs and shit. I have like way more wiggle room to have evasion.
Okay.
Dude, I'm like a geek about shit like that when you ask me questions like that. So sorry.
No, this is like
that's fire.
This is what we like,
dude.
I like that analogy. 3-pointers or dunking.
Yeah, because you
Love
got the
that.
mid-range jumper. Like a lot of people have a shitty mid-range jumper, and then everybody can hit you from that range.
Yeah.
You know,
Because we see a lot of fighters, you know, I call them like the exciting fighters, right? They like to stay in that 50-50 where it's like, I could hit you, you could hit me.
not me.
Yeah, fuck that.
Not me.
Fuck that.
Fuck on my
Not
face.
make bro.
Dude, I want Nabil to come up and wait and fight you.
There's no way he doesn't. Look at his fucking body.
Bro, he's so big.
Like you're not gonna live the rest of your life at that weight, dude.
He's hungry all the time, bro. This dude's starving.
He's like 21. Of course he's gonna come up.
The YouTube, oh my God.
At 6'6" and 101 pounds. Like, holy shit.
Coming in very hungry.
Yeah.
Needs
And
a
dude, I
snack.
stood next to him. He wasn't looking down on me.
Yeah.
I'm 6'3", dude.
Yeah,
He's maybe
you're right there.
6'4", 6'5".
Yeah.
I guess Nico's
It's just
short.
in his weight class, he looks like an absolute giraffe.
He is freaky looking, bro.
Yeah.
When he stands next to the little ties, you're like, what? How's he
you
in
a
the same
Thai
weight
person?
class? Yeah.
But see, a lot of
my
sick
God.
kick. That was such a good kick, bro. It kind of came over the top. Damn, he wasn't ready.
Yeah, bro. He smoked him pretty early. Oy.
Damn.
I guess this is what's gonna happen if the chef fights Carrillo.
Who's Nabil fighting next?
I mean, he has to defend
Super
the
Lek
belt.
again, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Again?
Yeah.
Is it again?
And
What's with all these goddamn rematches?
I think there's so many
They gotta
names you
mix
can
it up.
throw.
Dude, they gotta
mix it
mix
up.
shit up.
Damn.
Look at this fool, dude. Jesus Christ. His hand's not even on the screen after he lifts it up. Get the fuck out of here.
Yo, he's out of frame.
Yeah.
This motherfucker.
Pull out of the wide. Pull out of the wide.
Use the drone. He hits the drone.
Oh, there he is.
What's like something you guys would want to know about ONE Championship?
Well, you wanted to know the scoring system.
Yeah, right.
Everybody
But nobody
was like,
knows it.
we
Everyone's
don't
like,
really know.
Yeah, I mean, they talk about the rules, but it's not necessarily this is how to win the fight. They honestly, they have all these meetings on, like they just want you to put on banger fights. So ONE Championship is about. We just want to be exciting, put on banger fights. But yeah, the way I learned for Muay Thai is what I said earlier. Clinch scores the most, then kicks, then punches. But what scores the most is effectiveness and off balancing your opponent.
Off balance then.
You know, so it used to be like you throw a couple punches, I throw one kick, that would the kick would score higher. But maybe it turns to the punches do more damage. They make it look like it affected you more by off balancing you, and then you just block the kick or something. Then the punches would score more. So it's kind of like hard, dude.
Yeah.
Scoring is a really intricate, weird thing. That's why you see so many fuck ups with judges.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Sometimes the fights happen.
You're asking me how
I
to
have no
score the
idea.
fight, dude. The judges don't even know how to score the fight, and they're
okay.
judging
They
it.
Yeah.
I mean, we see that a lot now. Now it's becoming to that point where we're just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I don't know what the end result's going to be. And so a lot of the comments now, there's always like robbery this, robbery that. It's like, you're right. Like, if the judges can't get it together, how the fuck can we as a viewer understand what's going on? You know?
I'm just I'll die on the hill that like it's effectiveness over points, bro. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Like, we are fighting. Even if they don't know that I won, you and me know who's hurt each other more. And like, that's how I think about it. But it goes back to who cares if you lose, if you look decent when you do it. Other people, they're like, I need to know the rules. I have to win every fight. I'm like, nah, dog, a knockout is still a knockout at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Blood still looks like you're winning. You know, a cut could still stop the fight. So, because what am I going to do? Change what techniques I'm throwing because the rule sets is what it is? Maybe I need to throw more punches in a fight? No, that would be weird.
Yeah.
So I don't get too attached to that. But it's a good question because the fucking judges should probably know.
Hear that? And they don't. How often how closely do you follow UFC or MMA in general?
Yeah, I've been a fan forever. Yeah, me and my dad used to watch UFC all the time back in the fucking Randy Couture, Chocolate Dow days. Yeah.
Old school. All right. Well, at the end of our show, we like to make some picks. They're very casual picks.
Hell yeah.
For the main event, so maybe we can get
definitely not picking Merab.
All right, so we'll start first. We got UFC 316 this weekend. The rematch. Some people think it's a whack fight. Some people are excited about it. We got Merab versus Sean O'Malley. Nick, who you got?
I'm kind of feeling O'Malley on this one, man.
Rainbow.
I think I'm going Rainbow Boy. I just feel like...
Stop smoking weed.
Well, bro, if you have a torn hip, a labrum, going into that fight against Merab...
Explain to the people out there what a labrum is.
We all know.
This is this thing right here. The thing that you got to use when you wrestle. And, like, he did it in the middle of camp. And when you watch him fight, you're like, bro, his wrestling is usually better than this. Like,
yeah.
It looks like he just went to his knees. It just didn't look like him. So I feel like... in a rematch, I think he can make the right adjustments. And I feel like they're pretty, like, analytical.
He's made the #1 adjustment.
Which is?
He's not jacking off.
That's the number one.
He's not gooning.
He's not gooning.
I tried that for a week. My life sucked. I don't know any work done. How they do it? You know what I mean? I didn't post a YouTube video. I fucking fell asleep multiple times.
What if he just sucks, though, because he wasn't gooning, he wasn't jacking it off?
Dude, if I was his coach, I'd fucking whack him off between rounds. That's a solid minute. I could get work done in a minute, dude.
Recovery. Breath
all
work.
Diddy.
Inhales.
Yeah.
That's good.
You're the chef in the ring. I'm the chef in the sheets, baby. Let's go.
Clip that.
Hey, let's not clip that.
Gabby's
Let's not
like that one.
Gabby, don't do that to me.
That's an immediate clip. Thank you.
So you're going Sean O'Malley?
Yeah, I've always been a fan of Sean. I think he's
great.
He's got some good strikes.
Yeah, even though you whooped his ass with the stand.
I just don't want it to be a wrestle fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I feel like O'Malley could stop the wrestling. I feel like he could disengage enough. I think he could pull it off this time.
David?
How old is Merab?
Doesn't matter.
It does matter.
The guys jumping bikes.
He looks like
those
he's
guys.
30, bro.
He's either pretty old or like 25.
That's true. He's actually 13 years old.
He might be like mid-30s.
I think he's like 30 or
34.
something. Yeah.
34.
34? Damn, that's still...
And Sean's, I think, 30. Yeah.
Oh, fuck,
I think he
man.
just turned 30.
I don't know. It's so hard to go against Merab because he's just showed up so hard lately, dude. And I think he'll make the fight boring. So I don't know. You know what? Fuck! Gilbert, go!
Yeah. Come back to this guy.
All right. I'll maybe help you so we have a split. I want Sean to win. I really want Sean to win. But I think Merab's going to win.
I'll go Merab.
I ain't mad at that.
Split the room.
Man.
We'll go 2-2.
Yeah, I'll go Merab.
Do you look back on the Aljo fight thinking that he can knock out a grappler?
I feel like O'Malley has this skill set. Like he's a sniper, and I feel like it'll take a sniper to take out Merab because there's tons of openings in between where he's trying to feint.
He gets hit.
He can get hit, bro. And he almost dropped him in the 4th round or the 5th round.
He started throwing a teep.
He threw I'm telling you, like, especially when you're fighting wrestlers, like kicks up the middle, threats up the middle, like that'll make him second guess. And I feel like if he lands something solid, he could change how Merab approaches the fight. Because all it takes is one shot, bro. Especially in those little gloves.
I think he gets it done. I think he wants to get it done.
I think he can. I think he's locked in.
Shot him out. Shot him out. No. I never. What the fuck? Never counted. Just like a casual, dude. Shot him out, dude.
Yeah, you suck, Merab.
You guys are really good, huh? You guys really got me there.
All right, we got another championship fight. We have a grudge, or not a grudge match, but a little spicy one here. We have Juliana Pena versus judoka gold medalist.
Hey, come on, we already know what's gonna happen, dude. Bro. You know how I choose it. The strongest vagina wins. Kayla Harrison. Let's go.
The strongest grip.
Yeah. You want to talk about a Kegel, dude?
Bro, part of me feels like, am I crazy for thinking Juliana can get it done?
I think you're crazy.
Because look, bro, I just feel like
she beat Amanda Nunes. I was not expecting that.
Yeah, and I just feel like Juliana, she could take a beating, and she's a dog, bro. And I feel like the conditioning
Don't
for
call
Kayla,
a woman a dog, dude.
Yeah,
How dare you? What's wrong with you?
I didn't call her a dog face, okay, like David did.
I did not call her a dog.
Did you say
face.
that?
No,
Okay.
Are these two of the most annoying people to listen to do interviews, though? You know what I'm saying?
Bro, Juliana was pretty annoying to listen to. I'm like, oh, man.
They're trying, but I know what you mean.
Yeah.
You can tell they hate each other. They can't stand each other when they're talking.
They're trying to sell it, but it's like, all right, we got it.
Everyone's saying Kayla hasn't made 135 on the dot, right? The only time she had a 5-round fight was at 155.
Yeah.
And you with a big weight cut and you're fighting, a pretty strong, decent grappler like Juliana, I feel like she can gas her out. But I don't know.
I think,
dude.
So on the X factor of who's less annoying on the mic.
I think Juliana keeps the belt, and then I think Sean takes the belt. Juliana keeps the belt.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Well, guys,
I'm kind of feeling Juliana.
I thought you were a judo guy, man.
I think Kayla's the better fighter.
I just don't really like Kayla.
Pick with your emotions.
Like, obviously, I just don't like watching grappling and wrestling fights. That's the only thing. I love entertainment. I just love entertainment.
Yeah.
I respect martial arts and shit, but dog, I'm sitting here on my couch trying to watch some dope ass shit, and you know it too.
Yeah.
Yo,
You know what I'm saying?
What if she hits her with a crazy judo toss and subs her?
I'll be like, oh,
You're like, that's what I'm talking about.
I'm gonna stick with Kayla Harrison, dude. I think she adopted children, and you guys are heartless bastards.
oh my
yeah.
God.
I support people that adopt children.
I
I'm gonna go
switched my
Kayla
pick.
Same. Kayla.
People are trying to do betting parlays off us. Like, I'm so confused.
Their logic is all over.
All right, so co-main and main, we got the belt switching. All of us agree? I changed my pick.
You really did change it?
Yeah, I'll change it.
Yeah,
Because the
belt
Yeah, 'cause
switching.
the children.
Because she adopted, she's a strong-willed woman.
Exactly, dude. That's the hardest battle yet. Loving a child that's not yours, like it's your child.
Yep.
She got more to prove, dude.
There you go.
For sure.
fighting for something. All
The
right,
kids are gonna go to another family.
Wow, that
if
was
she
actually
loses.
really easy to break down.
People hate us.
people like Kevin Gaslam or Joe Pfeiffer.
The largest
Hates
person in the weight
Mexicans.
division. and the
Yeah.
smallest
He
person
hates
in the weight
Mexico
division.
City.
He hates Mexico City. So.
Where you fucked up, Joe, is you probably ate the ice, bro.
Yeah.
Don't eat
The
that.
ice will get you.
Yeah, you get sick in Mexico when you fought?
Nah, I play it safe. Don't be drinking the water.
Don't drink the water, don't drink the ice, brother, please.
I drank some water out in Tijuana.
It was bad.
It was all bad.
Oh, no.
Everything all at once coming out.
Everything everywhere, all at once, Asian style, dude. My asshole was in another universe.
I think Pfeiffer beats Gastelum.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
I think
Pfeiffer
so,
is
too.
disgustingly strong.
He's scary strong.
This is a bad knockout, dude. I thought he killed him. I thought he killed him.
He
I
got
literally
angry.
thought he killed him.
Angry punches, man. That's too angry.
He definitely loves.
You got a lot of rage,
He
bro.
got that.
I don't know
he
if
got that comeback.
Gastelum can take a fucking hit to the face from this guy.
No.
He's also just older.
Look at this guy. Did you see that? He's curling up like that, bro.
Bro, he was out for a long time.
You heard that? And
Like I said, I thought he died.
He goes,
I literally thought he
no,
died.
did he?
Dude,
Bro, when
he
guys
went back
face
into.
plant-
He just went back into the womb.
But just watch.
Look at
Watch.
that.
He goes to the. He drops down and then, bink, right.
Ay.
All bad.
Didn't even see it, bro.
And,
See, don't you want to do that? Strike? When someone's on their knees, you're like, fuck it, let's go.
Yeah, I do.
Soccer
tight.
kicks? Come on.
I do.
They gotta
Yeah, I think Pfeiffer on this
If
one.
Pfeiffer touches you with that fucking mid of his, you're pretty much out, dude.
He needs some sun though.
Based on
He's a Philly guy.
Kevin Gaslam, not enough vitamin D for Pfeiffer.
I appreciate Kevin Gastelum for that fantastic fight against Izzy. He's done a lot, but Gastelum has had a lot of issues with weight cuts and a lot of mental stuff. And
We'll see if he makes weight. That's another
I
one.
just don't understand how he's not making weight, dude. Like he's at what middleweight now, right? So it's like, come on, man, you could do this.
He's only 33? Damn, he's been fighting forever.
I like you, Gastelum, but I'm going Pfeiffer, man.
Yeah, I gotta go Joe Pfeiffer, right?
The Power Bros, too.
Pfeiffer?
Yeah.
All right, we're all
Pfeiffer.
3 for 3 together.
Come
Let's
on,
go.
let's go, boys.
Stick it. All right, we got Mario Bautista.
This one's gonna be fun,
versus
bro.
Patchy Mix
Patchy
from
Mix, dude.
Bellator.
Bro, I think Patchy gets us done. He's a sick grappler.
Yeah.
He gets subs. If Mario Batista tries to wrestle with him, Patchy Mix is going to guillotine him. He's going to throw up attacks, his chain submissions. He trains with Aljo, and bro, his resume is crazy too. He's beat a lot of really good guys, all the best guys in Bellator, and just made him look really bad.
Does he finish though? Because Luke doesn't like.
I think he finishes.
Rappers that
I think he could finish Batista.
Yo, he looks pretty.
Oh my God, he made him tap on his own balls.
Because like
So that's not right.
That's so disrespectful.
That's so disrespectful. He had to tap on his own balls. He was like, dude, I gotta tap my testicles to get
that's
out
a
of this.
panic tap, bro. Panic tap.
Nut check, nut check.
But the thing about him is like he pairs his like really forward wrestling with submission hunting. You know, like he puts paces on guys.
Ooh.
He beat a lot of good guys. So
because of that fight with Jose Aldo, I'm going Patchy Mix, dude.
I think everybody wants Patchy to win.
I
bro.
want Patchy because of Jose Aldo.
Your breakdown was perfect. I think he wins as well.
I think he can get him, bro. I think he can get him.
All right, let's go to
And his wife is Tatiana Suarez, bro.
Yeah, that's
Another wrestler, dog.
That's all I need to know, man.
All right, we got a phone.
This one's tough, bro.
Vincente Luque versus Kevin.
His 86th fight of the year.
Yeah, yeah.
How many
no
times?
kidding. No kidding.
He loves paychecks, man. Kevin Hall will
get
fight
paid.
anybody, anywhere, dude.
But does he beat Vicente?
I don't know.
I don't think so, dude. Vicente
This is a top, like this is a. I don't know how Kevin Holland's gonna come out, right?
I want Vicente Luque to tell us what happened with the fucking fight against Joaquin Buckley, because that was not him.
Yeah.
I was like, who the fuck was that in the octagon?
Yeah.
So, but obviously he came out after, and dude, Vicente Luque also got a block for a head.
Bro,
He
he's
has
got big
head.
power.
Him and Dober, man.
He's got good. He's got a crazy anaconda. He's got a really good front
That's
headlock
a crazy
choke.
thing to say.
I know, dude. Pause, bro.
Oh
What the
shit!
fuck?
Well, mine. No Diddy. My bad.
Too late, man.
too late, dude.
You're talking about his neck.
yeah.
You waited too long.
Too late, dude.
my
Now we can't
goodness.
get him on the podcast. Thanks a lot, dude. Yeah.
Look, my boy's convulsing right now. That's crazy. bro.
Convulsing too, and anaconda. Wow. Yeah, relax.
No
dude.
Diddy.
No, all Diddy.
No Diddy.
It's okay, no one listens to the end of the podcast.
Bro, honestly, I don't know who wins this.
Kevin Holland can grapple.
Yeah, he can grapple.
But he likes to strike, though, huh?
I think he could
can't
strike.
wrestle.
I think he could strike with Vicente. I think
Look at this. This is so bad.
Luque is the underdog on this. I think
Luque gets it done.
he's a
He's
good
the underdog. What is it? Oh,
Plus
damn.
215.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I think Holland.
I'll go
won this.
Holland. I'm going to go Holland.
Well, all right,
No, don't.
guys. No.
I think it might be one of those fights where Holland just kind of sticks him with the jab, starts to find some range.
Also, I don't know how
Probably
much.
talk shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that'll get in dudes' heads. I don't know how much Luque wants to fight anymore, too. Like based on that Joaquin Buckley fight.
No, but the fight afterwards, he finished it like in the first round, like that, like nothing.
I'm gonna go Luque. I'm gonna
There we
stick my
go.
guns.
I'm gonna go Luque too, man. I go by the size of the head. That shit is gigantic.
It's a big head.
Those are our...
No Diddy.
Nah. Anaconda, big head,
I'm learning.
convulsing.
I just want to give a shout out in the prelims to Joshua Van.
That's a good one, bro.
That guy banged.
Bruno Silva's good though. That's gonna be a tough fight. I think I got Joshua Van though. so.
Joshua Van all day.
My girl Wayne Kong.
Oh,
Dude, Wayne
next fight.
Kong, dude.
Shout out.
The Joker.
She got that classic lesbian haircut, dude. That's an instant W. Walk out with that thing. You better win.
That's David's kind of like rule. If you look more lesbian, you're going to win.
Yeah, we call them buff muffs. That's what I go with.
All right, guys, those are our picks for the fight. If that was confusing, we're also confused. We don't know what we picked, so leave down in the comments what our choices were.
We'll show you our parlay.
And bet your
When we
house
win.
on this. Luke, thanks so much for being here, man. No, you won't announce a fight? You won't call anyone out right now?
No, I won't call anyone out. I'm just waiting for them to give me a contract to sign so I can fight. I just want to fight anyone.
Yeah, hurry up.
I need
Sign
some money, man.
One Chai and kickboxing. That's what's going to happen, dude. You lost your last one, Mr. Towie. All right?
Whoa, bro.
I got to talk shit from you, okay? Yeah, Mr. Towie. All right? You just over here thought you're so cool.
You never know, dude. They might run back Luke and Joe, too. That'd be sick.
That'd be
Let's
really
do
good.
it, Mr. Joe.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
kind of name is
Anybody.
that?
Yeah.
Huh?
Smoking Joe.
We'll
from
do it at Tacoma.
Vancouver.
We'll do it in Tacoma.
Yeah.
Where all your fans are. Guys, let's give a round of applause for Luke.
Luke,
Sick.
future legend.